Good morning. Welcome to Now. This is yoga with me. I'm Jane. I'm here at Promise Resource Network here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is a free time to get back into your body and your breath with a little philosophy and movement. I think I'm practicing here by myself today, so I'm going to be doing what my body is being called to do today. So I encourage you to join, whatever that looks like. I have a mat and my breath and my body, and that's really all I need. So hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to be guiding this practice as I do it. So it is merely that. It's a guide to movement. Last week I talked about the philosophy and all of the good nuggets of yoga. So this day is going to be more asana, more the movement and breath. But everything that I'm going to encourage is just that. It's just an encouragement. My bigger encouragement is that you breathe and that you do what feels best for you. Only you know what your body needs and wants, and that's what needs to be honored. That's my request. So if I say to do a thing and you're like, I don't want to do that thing, don't do that thing. Do what you need to do, which may mean that you just sit here and breathe for the next hour or so. So I'm going to hop on my mat here. Hopefully you can see me and hear me okay. And I'm going to take my shoes off because I don't want to step on my mat with shoes. I used to wear this shirt when I would go running. I haven't been running in a while, but it makes me happy to know that I used to run so much. And that's why I have to do so much yoga now. So, wherever you are, start to settle into this moment. Start to connect with your breath. Perhaps you feel the air moving in and out. Perhaps you close your eyes and listen to this bull, to the cicadas, to the horns honking and the traffic driving by, and whatever sounds are in your space. And be the witness. I'd like to start off with 3 cleansing breaths. So you're going to take a big inhale and a sigh out. In. Sigh it out. Another breath in. Sigh it out. I invite you to take these words and let them land or let them pass. But a word that I want to share is integrity. I just posted a YouTube video on my channel about it. It's kind of like the word of the day. Thoughts, words, and actions that are working in harmony with each other for yourself is integrity. So if you say something that doesn't feel right? If your intention and your integrity is to be in love and you speak words of fear or hate, you're no longer in integrity with yourself. You're no longer in alignment. You start to feel bad, perhaps, right? I don't feel good if I speak words of hate when my intention is to be speaking words of love. My intention is to have thoughts that are loving and kind, and I think thoughts of judgment and blame and shame, I'm not in integrity with me any longer. I will create dis-ease within myself just with those thoughts. If my actions are not in integrity with, in this example, love and compassion, kindness and joy, and maybe my actions are hoarding or stealing or force a use of my power to those that have less, then I am no longer in integrity with me. I'm no longer in alignment. So integrity is a word that I would like to offer as a focal point, a mind focus, to keep going back to this word, integrity. Oftentimes we do things that are not in integrity, in alignment with our highest intention to be, think, and say in this world. Using this word integrity as a reminder and as an anchor back to itself as we start our practice. So starting off, crisscross applesauce or in any other seated position that's comfortable for you. If you have any rocks under your mat, I highly encourage moving them out of the way because they hurt. So we're just going to start off with some spinal flexion. So we're going to exhale as we're going to like round the back like a cat, and we're going to inhale and puff the chest forward. So it's going to be exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You may find that your hands slide upon your thighs. Keep breathing, and you can do this in a chair, wherever you are. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Be in integrity with what feels good and right to you. A few more breaths. In, out. In, out. In, out. Breathe in at the top and hold. Sip in a little bit more air. And when you're ready, just exhale it out as you begin to settle into you. Inhale, reach both arms up high. Exhale and twist to the right. Gentle twist. And as you inhale, you notice that your spine gets longer. And as you exhale, your chest twists to the right just a little bit further. And that just may be in your mind. Another breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. As you inhale, your spine gets long. And your twist goes a little deeper. Again, that may just be in your mind. Maybe your breath is what gets deeper. Breathe, inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Hands to heart. Pause. Breathe in to your new alignment. Rolling over your shins, coming into tabletop. Tucking your toes and pressing your booty back so that you start to feel a stretch in your toes and the bottoms of your feet. If you would like to come up, still keeping your toes tucked, and starting to feel a stretch in the bottoms of the feet, underneath the toes, starting to open this area up.
I believe so.
It's fun when we are in integrity, no matter what happens around us, no matter what distractions there are. We can still be in alignment with our thoughts, words, and actions. No needing to add judgment and words of hate.
I'm not doing all this every time.
Gently coming out of this, untucking the toes. And if you want to just take your feet and just hit them on the mat a little bit, just to be like, hey, thank you, toes. Appreciate you. Inhaling the right arm up high to the sky. Exhaling it, threading it through underneath the left shoulder. The head goes onto the mat. Perhaps the left hand reaches overhead. Breathing here. Perhaps your right side body starts to feel more open. One more breath. On your next inhale, pressing your way back up to tabletop, coming back into neutral. We're just going to do the opposite side. We're going to inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, sliding it underneath the right arm. The right arm goes overhead. And breathing. I like to drop my right shoulder here. So that I can relax and let my left side body begin to open up. One more breath. On your next inhale, pressing your way back up to tabletop. Tucking the toes, lifting the knees up off of the ground, pressing the heels to the mat, the tailbone lifts, downward facing dog. Pedaling out your dog. With every breath in, perhaps the heel lifts, and as you exhale, perhaps the opposite heel drops. As the tailbone lifts higher, the chest presses toward the shins, the head hangs heavy. Taking the right foot, and however many steps it takes, getting it to the front between your feet. You can stay here or you can drop to your knee. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's drop to the back knee, keeping the toes tucked, taking the hands onto the right knee and breathing. Letting the left hip flexor begin to open up. Spine is long. Being in integrity with your breath. Being committed to this big, full, connecting breath. Another breath in. Exhale, left hand to the mat, right arm lifts up to the sky. Breathing big, full breaths. Gaze lifts to the sky. As you take another breath in, exhale, hands down, lifting the back knee, stepping back to high plank. And just holding this for a moment, but continuing to breathe. Perhaps you just shift forward and back just a little bit, waking up the backside body, waking up the wrists. Perhaps you come into stillness and you notice that your shoulder blades are pulling away from each other as the middle of your back presses up. The back of your heart presses toward the sky. The belly button magnetizes to the spine. The heels press to the back as your head magnetizes toward the front of the room. Taking a breath in, exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling out this dog, waking up the back of the legs, letting the head hang heavy. Coming into stillness, and however many steps it takes, taking the left foot to between the hands, dropping the right knee, bringing the hands up to the left knee, and breathing. Letting the right hip flexor begin to open. So many of us spend so much time in a seated position that our hip flexors just get really tight. When our hip flexors are tight, it can create sensations of discomfort in the lower back because it pulls. Balance. Another breath in. Exhaling the right hand down, inhaling as the left arm lifts up to the sky. Gaze follows the palms. Hands reach, fingers are active. Being integrity, being in alignment with this now moment, with your breath, with your body, and with your thoughts. Where are your thoughts taking you? Take a breath in. Exhale, palms down, tucking the toes, lifting the back knee, stepping back to high plank. Pausing here, finding your own alignment. Taking the right hand for side plank as the right hand lifts up to the sky. Gaze follows. Breath in. Exhale, high plank. Pausing, realigning. Inhaling as the left arm lifts, side plank. Gaze follows. Feeling your steadiness and your own alignment as you breathe in. Exhale, high plank. This time lifting the right hand back up for side plank. The hips will lift like you're arching into a rainbow. Breathing another full breath in. Exhale, high plank. Pausing, realigning, taking your time. As you inhale, the left arm up high. The hips lift to reach it. Feeling sturdy, steady, and strong. Taking a breath in. Exhale, high plank. From here, dropping to the knees and slowly to a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to the belly. Lifting the chest up for a bit. Gaze is down, the back of the neck is long, breath is full and connected. Presence is here with you. Another breath in. As you exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Bending the knee, the right knee lifts up to the sky as the heel makes its way towards the glutes. Perhaps the shoulders stay square, or maybe the head looks underneath the right shoulder as you open up just a little bit more. Inhaling, the right leg lifts up high to the sky. Exhale, step it through for warrior 2. Spiraling the hands up, both arms reach in front and behind, shoulders are back and down. Feeling the right knee track out to the outside, outer right edge of the mat. Bending as deep as what's in alignment for you in this now moment without judgment. Rather focusing on the depth of your breath rather than the depth of the bend in your knee. Scooping it up and back. Inhale for peaceful warrior. Exhale, straighten that front leg. As you breathe in, you rise for Trikonasana, triangle, reaching forward, hands perhaps on the shin. Left hand rises up to the sky, gaze follows, the heart follows. The chest is twisting and aiming toward the heavens. With a straight leg, scooping it up and back for a straight-legged peaceful warrior. Exhaling, warrior 2. Settling in again. We find ourselves on repeat, doing the same things over and over again. What do we change? The depth of our breath, the way we think about it. Our body will do what it needs. Breathing in. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down to high plank. Going through your vinyasa or meeting in downward facing dog. So the vinyasa is going to be lowering half up for an upward facing dog or cobra and rolling over the toes into downward facing dog. Settling into your breath. Big full breaths. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Bending the left knee, letting that knee track toward the sky as the left foot moves toward the glutes. Again, maybe the shoulders stay square, Or you look underneath that left armpit. Another breath. Inhale, straightening the leg. Exhale, stepping it through for warrior two. Inhaling as you rise up, reaching forward and back. Shoulders are back and down. Feeling the outer blade of the right foot pressing into this earth as the crown of your head lifts toward the ceiling, the sky, the roof. Feeling your heart beating and feeling your breath deep and wide. As you inhale, scooping it up and back for peaceful warrior. Exhale as you straighten that front leg. Inhale, standing up, reaching forward for Trikonasana, triangle. The right hand lifts to the sky. The heart follows. Finding your integrity with your breath and your thoughts. These are the things that only you know. If you're keeping them in alignment with your highest self or not. And you can change them in any moment. The thoughts are always mutable. The breath can always be deeper. Take another breath in. Take another breath out. On your next inhale, rise up for a straight-legged peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Bending deep into that left knee. Reminding yourself again, you've been here before. Wherever you are, you've been here before. And also, everything is new. Taking another breath in. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down, stepping back to high plank. Vinyasa is yours. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Pausing in this downward facing dog. Taking the feet as wide as the mat. Walking your hands toward your feet, maybe about a foot or so. Taking the right hand, reaching over to the outside of the left ankle. Feeling a twist. And feeling whatever else it is that you're feeling. Perhaps looking underneath that left armpit. Taking another breath in. Exhaling. On your next inhale, placing the hand back, and we're just going to do a gentle switch of sides. So taking the left hand on the outside of the right ankle. Wherever that is. Maybe that means you're bending your knees. I'm putting mine on the outside, but you can put yours wherever's comfortable for you. Oh, yeah. It's hot yoga here in Charlotte, North Carolina today, y'all. It is some hot yoga. But getting a bigger, deeper breath. Twists are detoxifying. Another big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, placing your hands back. Walking out to that high plank. You can keep your feet where they are, bring them together, whatever is comfortable for you. From here, we're going to lower to do this chaturanga to a count of 5. So we're going to lower to the halfway point for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step it through for crescent lunge. So the back heel is going to stay lifted. If you want to drop to your left knee, please feel free to do so. I know, it's amazing when you smell a cigarette, how far it will travel. If you're a smoker, please be aware that when you are outside, other people do not necessarily smoke. If you would like to keep your hands where they are, you can bring them to your heart center. You can reach them high to the sky. Press the back heel back, dropping a little bit more into that right knee and feeling what your body is doing. Does your body say, hey, get me out of here? Or is your body saying, hey, I'm afraid to be here? Can your breath be deeper? Can your mind be more still? Can you be in integrity? Taking the hands to heart center, you can either stay here or drop to the back knee. I'm dropping to my back knee, taking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee for a gentle twist. Other way. And being with your breath. The beauty about being outside is that we are with nature, right? So we're with the sounds of the cars, the humans, the smokers, the phone calls, the flies, the cicadas. Can we be in peace during all of those things? All of the distractions that try to get us out of integrity, out of alignment. Can we just be here now, wherever we are, as we take a breath in, as we take a breath out. Now, keeping your back toes tucked, lifting the back knee and keeping this twist. Taking a breath in, exhale, inhale to center, crescent lunge, arms reach up high. Exhale, palms to the mat. Taking the right knee, the right foot, as you inhale, lift it up high to the sky. As you exhale, we're going to take it, twist it through, and place it as far to the left and up as you can. And then the left arm is going to lift. Breathing. And in integrity with your breath, thoughts, and actions, lifting that right foot up, placing the left hand down, 3-point, right foot lifts. From here, keeping the right foot lifted, if it's in your practice, shifting into your high plank, we're going to do a one-legged vinyasa. So dropping down, then putting your toes down, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through for crescent lunge. Inhale, arms reach up high. Be grateful for your breath, your body, your thoughts. They're all yours. Ever changing. The beauty of life that I am is that I can change it at any moment. If you would like to stay here, feel free to. Otherwise, you can drop to your knee as your hands come down to heart center as we take a gentle twist to the left. The outside of the right elbow goes to the outside of the left knee. And that may look like this. It may look like you're all types of twisted. It's wherever you are. Be in integrity. No judgment with those thoughts. But I do encourage the integrity with the depth of your breath. Breathe like your life depends on it. Keeping those back toes tucked, lifting that right knee off of the mat, pressing that heel to the back, feeling so steady, so sturdy, so strong. As you inhale, arms reach to the center. Exhale, hands down, left leg lifts for 3-point. As you exhale, you step it through for that fallen triangle. Taking another breath in, big sigh out. Take a breath in as the left leg lifts, right hand goes down, 3-point, shifting into high plank, vinyasa, 3-legged chaturanga. two-legged up dog, and downward facing dog. Finding your breath.
Hello.
Finding your steadiness. Being aware of you. Taking the hands, actually let's take the feet wide. And now take the hands and walk them back to the feet and drop into a low squat malasana. So you can take your hands, place them at heart center. The inside of the thighs have your outside elbows pressing into them as your booty drops to the ground. The spine is as long as your spine is going to be. You can breathe into it. Perhaps you take your right hand to the mat and twist to the left. The left arm can lift. Take a breath in and just switch sides. Take a breath in, switch sides. And take one breath, one movement. So that's an inhale, exhale down, inhale right, exhale down, inhale left, exhale down, one more each side, inhale right, exhale down, last time, inhale left, exhale hands down to prayer, coming back to your center. Palms to the mat, lifting the booty up into a forward fold. Perhaps the feet stay wide, maybe you bring them together. Keeping the knees as soft or as bent as feels good to you. Let the head hang heavy. Perhaps you shake it yes. Shake it no. Shake it left to right. And just let it come to its own natural stillness. As you inhale, you're going to halfway lift. Breathing in, palms of the hands to the shins. The spine is long, the shoulders draw back and down. The tailbone presses to the back of the room as your head, your crown pulls toward the front of the room like a magnet. Breathing deep. Another breath in. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, you're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. The head will be the last to arrive. Once your head arrives, the shoulders will roll up, back, and down. Perhaps the palms face forward. We're going to go into dancer. So really rooting into your left foot. The right foot lifts and you go to the inside. If this is in your practice, you do you. Otherwise, you can go to the inside of your ankle and the top of your foot and holding it. And you'll notice that sometimes the knee likes to pop out. If you can let the knee gravitate toward the ground, and your left hand is going to lift like you're reaching to the upper corner of a room, and the back leg is going to lift. You're going to press the top of the foot into the hand. You're going to set your focus of your eyes and your mind on one thing. Taking another breath in. Exhale, not releasing harshly, but gently releasing this and coming into a standing position. We're just going to switch sides. So we're anchoring into the right foot, lifting the left foot up, taking it by the left hand, letting the knee be heavy and aiming toward the ground, finding just your footing. And maybe this is where you stay and it's perfect. Otherwise, you can take your right hand and aim it toward, extend it toward the, like what would be the corner of a room. The the upper corner, the ceiling, and lifting that back left leg. The foot presses into the left hand. Dancer. Setting your breath steady. Your gaze is soft. Your mind is here. Another breath in. Gently release as you exhale. You just shake it out. Anchoring into the left foot, we're going to set up for tree. So the right foot's going to either kickstand at your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. Do not put it on your knee. And see if that left leg can be straight like a tree trunk. Let that left knee press magnetize back to the back of the room, and let your hands do what you want to do with them. Maybe they just want to be out like, yes, I am receiving in this tree. Maybe you're in gratitude and hands at prayer. Maybe your tree branches grow. Maybe you move it all around and you go through this whole cycle with your breath. Perhaps your breath is inhaling, coming up, exhaling out far and wide. Another one, big inhale. Exhale. Feels good. I want to do one more. Breathing in. Exhale. Hands to heart center. And just gently releasing this foot down. You can shake it out. We're just going to switch sides. Anchoring into the right foot. The left foot goes into tree. Again, at the ankles, or at the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. And it's wherever you are. You may find that this side is different. It's not to be judged because it's different. It's just to be honored and acknowledged and witnessed. It is in its own space of growth and expansion and release. Notice where your hands are. Maybe your breath goes in and they spread out. And maybe your exhale is down through heart center. Maybe you exhale, arms wide, or inhale, and then exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms reach up and out. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale, arms reach up and out. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Letting everything be where it is. Maybe it's in falling spaces. Maybe it's in sturdy spaces. Maybe it's shaking. Can you be in integrity with you? As you take another breath in, as you exhale, just gently release it out. You can give it a little shake. And I want to make sure that I have plenty of time for ground stuff, and we do. So from here, let's just go down to our booty. Sit on your bottoms. It's such a good place to be. And then lay down, keeping your feet on the mat. So the knees are going to be bent. I acknowledge that this is probably a big butt shot for the camera. I can't really do anything about that. So you're welcome. So taking the shoulders and just kind of like letting them squeeze themselves together a little bit. You feel your heart kind of puff up toward the ceiling a little bit. And take your heels so that you can just touch them, whether it's just a slight graze with maybe your middle finger. So they're going to be about hips distance apart. And we're going to lift up for bridge. So as you breathe in, the hips are going to lift. And you're going to press your feet into the earth. By doing this, you're opening up the hip flexors and you're strengthening up the hamstrings and glutes. And you're also helping your lower back and transverse abdominals. So breathing is the hips lift up a little higher, little higher, little higher. As you exhale, one vertebrae at a time, the bottom goes back to the ground. Breathing here. We're going to set up for another bridge. So we're going to breathe in and lift the hips up high. And continue to breathe big, full breaths. Maybe every inhale you take, your hips lift up higher to the sky. Maybe your legs are shaking. Perhaps you can energetically feel your knees magnetizing toward each other, but you don't actually let them touch. You have this resistance and this attraction. We are polarized, y'all. Can we still be in integrity with our breath, our thoughts, our words, our actions? If you lift up just a little higher on this breath in, exhale, gently release it down. Coming back to your center. And we're going to set up for one more bridge. Third time's the charm, right? So on your next breath, inhale, lift the hips up high. And see if those hip points, like a magnet, can reach up a little higher, feeling all four corners of the feet pressing down into this earth. Maybe you take the palms of your hands together behind your lower back, squeezing your shoulder blades together a little bit more, letting your hips rise like they've never risen before. Sure is. Feeling those glutes activate. Lift up a little higher. You're stronger than you think. And on your exhale, you will gently release one vertebrae at a time. The knees will come together as the feet move to the outer portions of the mat. Let the lower back release and just feel the sensations in your body. Can you still be present with your thoughts and your breath? Starting to heel toe the feet together. Taking the left knee into the chest, giving it a squeeze as the right leg extends out. You can let your foot rest and your leg rest on the mat. You can also extend it if you want to get a little like workout style in. I'm going to let mine rest because I want my hip flexor to open up. So giving that right knee a squeeze, the left foot is active and engaged. Couple more breaths here. Taking the right foot, placing it on the mat, letting the left foot meet it, and switching sides, taking the the right knee in, giving it a squeeze as the left foot and leg extend away. Right foot is active and engaged. Hi. Keeping your breath steady and your mind present. Amidst all of the chaos and everything that is going on around you, can you stay in integrity with presence? Right? This is the work. All that we learn on this yoga mat is to take off of this mat as we continue to walk on this earth plane. As you take a breath in and you breathe out, the left foot meets itself upon the mat as the right foot meets it. We're going to go into a gentle twist. So if you would like to take your feet up, bringing your knees together and just letting your knees gently fall off to the left for a spinal twist. You can take your right arm and reach it out, and the gaze is going to follow, looking over to that right hand. Can your breath be bigger and fuller even in times of ease as much as in times of challenge? Can you still be in integrity with your thoughts when it's just you with you? As you take a breath in, the knees are going to come back up to center just for a moment, kind of recentering where you are. Take a breath in. Exhale, the knees are going to just gently drop off to the right. The left arm will extend to the left, and the gaze and head will follow and look over that left shoulder. Feeling the coolness of the earth beneath you, the temperature of the air surrounding you, the feeling of the sun shining upon you, whether you're indoors or outdoors, whether there's shade or not. And letting your breath be intentional as your body rests and twists and detoxifies and does all of the magic and wonder that it is designed to do on its own. The healing that it does when we're just in peace and breath. Letting your breath grow wide. As your next breath in brings your knees back to center. Pausing for a moment. Perhaps you even give them a squeeze. And then you actually say, you know what? I'm going to give myself a real squeeze. Like, I love you, body. I do. And perhaps you even, from this squeezing place, decide to start to have a little bit of fun with yourself. And you start to rock back and forth. And a few times you're rocking until you come up to a seated position. From here, extending both legs out in front. Removing the flesh from underneath the sits bone so that you feel both of your sits bones firmly rooted upon this earth. The right foot is going to come into the inside of the left thigh. I like to give my right knee a little bit of a bounce and just kind of like let it land wherever it lands. And then as you breathe in, your spine gets really long. As you exhale, you just hinge forward. And maybe your forward is this far. And maybe your hinge forward is that your forehead is on your shin. It's where you are now is to be reminded that it is perfect. And sometimes, like, I know that my head can go way closer to my shin. And sometimes if I'm going to actually be honest and be in integrity, sometimes I just need to take it easy and just let my body be where it is without me trying to see if it can still do the old tricks that it used to do, whether it's in service or not. Can we still breathe big, full breaths in shapes that seem to be restorative or challenging? Just another few breaths here. Your next breath in, start to just gently work your hands back up to seated, taking the right hand behind you like a second spine, taking the left hand, sweeping it up and back, sitting up on that right shin for stargazer, just to feel that length in that left hip flexor. Taking a breath in. Exhale, coming down the way you got in. And we're just going to do a gentle switch of sides. So I like to extend both my legs out, move the flesh from under my sits bones, leaving the right leg out, putting the bottom of the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. Taking a breath in as your spine becomes long. And as you exhale, hinging forward. Actually, I'm going to go back up and do this like little knee jiggle thing because it just feels really good to see where it lands. And then take my breath in and hinge forward. And notice the differences in each side of you. Like some sides are easier, some sides are harder, some things are easier than not. Can you be okay with where you are in this now moment? Is that in integrity of love and acceptance? Did you do something that got you out of integrity, out of alignment? You're not doing it anymore, but are you beating yourself up for it? Then you're not in integrity. Thoughts, words, and actions that are in alignment with your highest self is your integrity. Sometimes I lose myself and I'm doing things that aren't in alignment, and I'm having thoughts that are not in alignment, and I'm speaking words that are not kind. Then I go back to my breath and back into this now moment, and I realign, and I heal, and I breathe. A few more expansive, life-giving breaths here, as if your life depends on it. On your next breath in, you start to make your way up. The left hand is going to go behind the back like a second spine. The right arm reaches forward, and it's like you just scoop and roll over and extend that right hand and gaze up, feeling length in the right side body as you take a breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to come back down the way you got there. Extending both legs out in front of you. Taking the soles of the feet together, they can be far away from you or close to you, whatever is comfortable for you. My lower back says, nah, girl, go further away. And you're going to take a breath in, and then you're just going to fold over. So it's that one yoga pose that we don't have to keep our spine long. We can just fold over and be in this diamond shape. Perhaps you take your hands together and place your forehead on them so that your forehead has something to rest on. It tells our nervous system that we are safe and grounded. And it lets us take the weight off of ourselves for a moment. Our necks hold up these big wobbly heads for our whole life. Just a few more breaths here, letting the knees be heavy. And your next inhale, beginning to come up to that seated position, extending both feet out ahead of you. And again, moving the flesh out of the way. Coming in for a brief forward fold. Take a breath in as your spine lengthens. Exhale, forward fold. On your next breath in, you gently start to work your hands up your legs in gratitude as you begin to rise. And continuing to make your way all the way back onto your back. Laying down flat, I'm going to continue sitting. Everyone else, lay down if you are comfortable with that for Shavasana. Because I'm going to play the sound bowl while you go into your final meditating resting pose. I encourage you to close your eyes if it's safe and comfortable to do so. If you're here with me, I'm holding the space so that it is safe for you to close your eyes. You can place your hands wherever you want. You can also place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. You can also have your arms extended out with palms facing up, a gesture of receiving. And while you're in your Shavasana, your final resting pose, where everything just begins to anchor in and integrate, to realign back into you, I'm going to repeat a mantra. The mantra is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. The translation of this is that may all beings everywhere be liberated and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions that come from me contribute to that liberation and joy for all. As you begin to feel heavy on this earth, you feel the coolness of the earth beneath you. Again, the air surrounding you as your breath becomes relaxed now. Your shoulders become heavy. Your hips start to relax. The tongue releases from the roof of the mouth as your jaws release. You become heavy and still. And for the next few moments, the only thing that you need to do is just be. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 Becoming aware of your breath as you take the first breath of this now moment. And you let this breath go because everything is new. As you start to come back into your body, into this now moment, bringing gentle movement perhaps to your fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Maybe your head moves to the left and to the right. Rolling gently over to one side or the other, perhaps the right side of your body if you want. And just laying here for a moment in this fetal position, this place of rebirth, ready to begin anew in a new form of integrity so that your thoughts, words, and actions can contribute to the happiness and joy and liberation for all beings on earth, including you. As you take a breath in, you begin to press yourself up to a seated position. And you face what feels like to be me. If you would like to keep your eyes gently closed, all the way closed, or just looking down. Placing your hands at heart center. We'll end this practice with 3 ohms. It's the sound of manifestation, so that all of this intention and good energy and good vibes and good intentions and that of which is the Most High extends beyond this mat, but into this world around us, which is needed and ready. We'll breathe in. Let this breath go. We'll breathe in for 3 ohms. Inhale. Letting these vibrations sink all the way into the marrow of you and emanate from you beyond space and time. Taking the thumb knuckles to the third eye, the space between the brows, the all-seeing eye of truth and clarity. I bow to each of you and I say namaste because I honor the light that you are. Namaste. Namaste, y'all. Thank you so much for joining and for being here in this practice of life. I love you all so much. Keep taking care of yourselves and each other. Bye, y'all. Drink water.